Brian here with Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. Thanks for joining me today. So I've got a special review today. We've got Jack Daniel's 12. This is a bottle. I don't generally chase bottles. I don't generally chase unicorns. But Jack Daniel's 10 and Jack Daniel's 12 are definitely bottles that I'm highly interested in because I'm a Jack Daniel's fan. I've got the entire Jack Daniel's Bonded series. I've got the single barrel proof rye. I've got Jack Daniel's single barrel Tennessee whiskey. I've got the 12-year-old. So, you know, I'm a Jack Daniel's fan. If you're not a Jack Daniel's fan, you're probably not out there chasing these bottles. But as a Jack Daniel's fan, I was recently out at one of my local stores, which happens to be attached to a Sam's Club store. It's not a Sam's liquor store. It's just attached to it. And I saw it on the shelf. And I was like, I guarantee you they want $300 for it. So I just was like, took the chance. Hey, you know, what do you want for that bottle of Jack Daniel's 12? She said $150. And I was like, $150. I've never seen it for less than that. If you go online and search, prices vary from $150 to $350 for Jack Daniel's. This is batch 2, by the way. And so I was like, you know what? Give me that bottle. I don't normally pay $150 for a bottle of whiskey, to be honest with you. As some of you know, I'm a working man with a working man's whiskey collection. Most of my bottles range between $25 and $70. Occasionally I'll go a little bit over $70, but very rarely, and I'm talking like once a year maybe, I'll go into this kind of price range for a bottle. And I'm happy I did with this bottle. Let's get into it. On the nose, cherry cola, almost morphing into like a vanilla cola, because there is some vanilla here too. So like a cherry vanilla Coke kind of thing. Burnt caramel, rye spice, surprisingly, barrel char, almost like a flan thing happening. Love the nose. But it's very quintessentially Jack Daniel's, but amped up. Interestingly enough, I'm not getting a huge banana punch. Some, though. So, sort of like a banana flan. It's nice. Lot of oak. Lot of oak. Let's get into the taste. It's so good. A lot of oak. This is very oaky Tennessee whiskey. It is bourbon. It's very oaky, sweet up front, sort of that banana flan thing with, you know, caramel, burnt caramel, the sugars, certainly the banana punch. But I am getting rye spice, which is interesting because the standard mash bill for Jack Daniel's is 80% corn. So there's not a lot of rye spice or a lot of rye grain, in this whiskey, but I am getting rye spice, which is adding to its complexity, which I love. A lot of barrel char. Man. Popcorn. Yeah, definitely popcorn. Maybe a sort of not candy corn, maybe like kettle corn a little bit. Cracker Jack kind of thing going on. Yeah, this is delicious if you're a Jack Daniel's fan like I am. So like I said, I picked it up for $150. Super glad I got it for that price. I see it online for as much as $350. No way I'm paying $350 for it, to be honest with you. You know, I rarely go into this price range for bottles. I don't chase unicorns. But being that I do love Jack Daniel's, I wanted to have the 12 in my collection, and I'm super glad I did. I've heard, by the way, that batch 3 is even better. So, you know, if I see a batch 3 out there and I could nab it at $150, I'll probably be grabbing batch 3 as well, because, you know, I've heard from several people that batch 3 is even better. And this is very, very good. So batch 2 is very good. I think the one thing about batch 2 for me that would keep me from saying it's a 5 out of 5 is maybe there's a slight back end bitterness to it that I'm not saying I don't like. It's just, it's very oaky. This is a 12-year-old bourbon, Tennessee whiskey. This meets the definition of bourbon, so don't beat me up. It meets the definition of bourbon, and it's very oaky due to that 12 years of aging. But it's very, very delicious. Maybe a touch of bitterness on the back end that you can maybe ding it for. But other than that, it's got all the beautiful flavors of Jack Daniel's that you want amped up into a beautiful whiskey. So I'll leave you with that. If you can find batch 2 at around 150 and that's within your budget, go for it. You know, would I pay $300 for it? No, but I know that all our budgets are a little bit different, and you might even want to save up for a couple of months and then get it and pay that price. That's totally up to you. It's all subjective, and I can't tell you what's right or wrong regarding that. All I can tell you is this is very, very good whiskey, and I'm glad I picked it up for sure. One more sip. The corn is really popping through now. It's really interesting. Almost like, you know, like when you're at the bottom of popcorn and there's some burnt pieces, it's got a little bit of that going on. So, you know, there's all sorts of cool aromas and flavors that you can pull out of this. It's complex for sure, multi-layered. So take care, everyone. Thanks for joining Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. Jack Daniel's 12 batch 2. It's a buy for me at 150. And I look forward to doing more reviews and talking to you guys later. Bye.